Hey, what it is, what it ain't, what it should be. Welcome to Commanders Militia. My name is Marlon, and today we're going to be talking about the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Commanders game. So the Commanders was able to squeak out a win, man. We won 20-16. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't what I expected. I was thinking that we were going to probably score 35 points. I was thinking like 35-7. That's what I was thinking. This Arizona Cardinals team going, like, a lot of things that I was hearing in the preseason is that they're not that good. And that's why you shouldn't go off of preseason talk, because you never know until they lace them up and step out on the field. Our offensive line, that was our Achilles heel today, and turnovers. But our offensive line was really Achilles heel. We gave up 6 sacks, which is not good, man. Saw a little bit of glimpses of this potentially being a problem in the preseason, but just the fact that it's rolling over into the regular season is very worrisome, and I'm very concerned about that. It should have been more than 6 sacks. It should have probably been around 9, but somehow with his mobility, he was able to escape a couple of them sacks and was able to bail them out, even though he wasn't able to bail them out because they gave up 6 sacks. That's not good, especially versus the Arizona Cardinal defensive line that I do not know any of the names of those defensive linemen. Know them now, kudos to them, but it's kind of concerning. But other than that, another thing that was very costly for us was the turnovers. Just driving downfield, making play after play after play after play. Momentum was just killed. We killed the momentum with a costly turnover. AG, we hand him the rock. He gets hit. Boom. They punched the ball out. Looked like we was going in for 6. Now that's points off the board. We can't be having that. And I'm very excited to see what Eric Bieniemy is going to do with Antonio Gibson in this offense. But if he's keep putting the rock on the ground, like, we're not going to be able to see it, because he's going to be sitting on the bench or standing right next to Eric Bieniemy, while Chris Rodriguez is probably taking his reps and Brian Robinson is taking his reps. So I'm a huge AG fan, and I want to see him succeed. I think this is his final year under contract with us. So I want to see him go out there, ball out. The guy have all the potential in the world. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. He's elusive. He runs with power. I'm kind of hoping that we can kind of use him like how the Kansas City Chiefs use Jerick McKinnon, but not too much on AG, man. Love that guy, and at the end of the day, I hope he have a great season. So let's go into the next thing. Costly penalties, man. John Bates had a couple of them today. The first one, I kind of thought that was like ticky-tacky. Like, I didn't think they should have called that on him. But when you're trying to close out a game and you're running the ball down their throat, why are you holding? That play got called back, killed the drive. We had to punt the ball off when we could have just finished them right there. So that's just giving us a little bit more anxiety. I'm happy we got the job done. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy we was able to get the job done. But that can come back and bite us in the butt later on down the line. Let's talk about this defense, man. This defense is for real. This D-line is elite. I can't wait to see how we look when Chase Young get back. Montez Sweat absolutely balled out today. Jonathan Allen balled out today. Deron Payne, monster, bringing major pain. You know, my man got paid. New check, who this? My man had the grill in his mouth, just straight shining. And he played like a star today. Penetration after penetration, just balled out. And Montez Sweat, man, he was just collapsing the pocket on him. And I'm very excited to see what this defensive line look like, especially when they come back intact with Chase Young. See Chase Young coming off of this injury. It'd be very exciting. Emmanuel Forbes, our first round pick. He made some plays today. He came up. He tackled a lot of people that had concerns with his size during the draft process. And when we drafted him, everybody was like, oh, he's only 166 pounds. He's only 160 pounds. But the guy, he knows how to tackle. He throws all 166 pounds at you. And that's very effective. And he's a ball hawk. We saw a little bit of that today when he almost ended the game with a pick, but it was just a pass breakup. But he have a nose for the ball, and I know that corner is one of the hardest positions that you could transition to the NFL with. And hopefully with more reps against these receivers in the league, he gets a little bit more comfortable. Percy Butler, man. Percy Butler. You had one right in your hands. Big time players make big time plays. And big time plays get you big time paid, man. And I'm rooting for you. I'm a huge fan, and we need to come down with that. I know they're going to give you another opportunity next week in Denver, and I know you're going to come down with that next week. So I ain't too worried, but we need those. We need those, man. Our linebackers, I didn't really hear their name today on the broadcast. I heard Cam Curl's name a lot, though. But Jamin Davis, Cody Barton, didn't really hear them too much. Want to see them step up a little bit more, especially playing behind the defensive line like that. You're supposed to be in the backfield just straight eating, man. Like with that defensive line just taking up space and moving people around, you're supposed to be eating all pro seasons. Jamin Davis, like, you're one of the most athletic guys on the team. You're supposed to be eating. A lot of people give you flack. I ain't gonna do that, but come on, bro. I know that you can do a little bit more. But Cam Curl, he was beasting, man, in that spur roll or that star roll, whatever they want, that Buffalo nickel roll, he was eating. Our DBs, they had a pretty solid game. Can't really complain too much about that defense. That defense really stepped up. They were clutch. And speaking of clutch, man, Tressway is top 2 punter in the league, and he's not number 2. He's number 1. He flipped the field. He was just clutch for us, man. He had like a 56. His longest punter today was like 56 yards. That pinned them inside their 10, and we needed that. And when you have a punter who can flip the field and you got defense who could put the clamps on people, man, like, that's a recipe. That's a winning recipe. And now the only thing we have to do is we just have to convert on offense. Like, we have to make it work. We have to utilize these weapons. We have to get the ball to Jahan. We have to get the ball to Terry. We have to get the ball to B-Rock. We have to get the ball to AG. And hopefully that offensive line can hold up. I feel like that's what's holding us back on offense. When Sam Howell had a clean pocket, he was able to complete some passes. I like him, man. I really do. A lot of people was giving him flack on Twitter. I saw a lot of people sitting back saying, oh, pull him, bench him, put Jacoby in. Nah, man, this is his second game. He's basically a rookie. You can't, like, relax. What Aaron Rodgers say? Relax. 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 Please relax. This guy's a gamer. He's a baller. I've been watching him since he was at UNC. He's going to be able to win us some games just off of sheer will alone, man. Like, that guy's a baller. He doesn't really make the same mistake twice. And if you do make a mistake, it's on to the next play. Short-term memory is good. He don't get in his head. And that's what I really like about him. He was able to get 2 tutties today, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground. Let's go. We need it. Young QB, we just have to be patient. Can't push him away. Can't be impatient with him. We just have to realize that this is his second year in the NFL. He's in his second offense. So we seen what trends like that can do to quarterbacks. So be patient with Sam Howell. I feel like we got one with them. And let's go. Let's go to war, man. Let's go to war with them. Next week, we play the Denver Broncos in Denver. Some things I'm looking out for is how is that offensive line is going to hold up against that pass rush. They got to play Randy Gregory and Browning. I really want to see how they hold up against that pass rush. Terry versus Patrick Surtain. I wonder if Pat Surtain is going to be traveling with Terry. Don't really know too much about this offense, but I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, they move Terry around a lot. And then we got to get a nice number 2 option in Jahan. Jahan could be a number 1 easily. He definitely get the opportunity, and I feel like we're going to give him the opportunity to eat. I think other than Logan Thomas, who had 8 targets, Jahan had 7 right behind him. So we're going to give him the opportunity to eat. I want to see what this offense could really do when they're clicking, because I feel like we can be dangerous. And if this offense really start clicking and that defense continue to play the way how they play, you can't stop us. The Giants-Cowboys game, the Cowboys just look dominant versus them. I've been telling people, I don't think the Giants are who y'all think they are and who y'all hyping them up to be just because they made the playoffs. They're still a couple pieces away. Dallas, they just straight up destroyed them at home. Season opener. No contest. And that's what I'm worried about when it comes to our offensive line, because we're in the NFC beast, man. Not the NFC least, not the NFC East. We're back in the NFC beast, man. And everybody have a stacked defensive line. And if you have an offensive line, you will be prey. You will be prey. It don't matter who you have behind center. You will be prey. So we just need to shore that up. And these guys got to go out there, ball out, earn them paychecks, man. And with that being said, see y'all next time. Commander Militia out. Peace.